Okay, today's video is how much money do you need to make to own a Porsche? And you guys see us here in the shop. We have the Cayman, we have the 911, all this stuff here. And how much does it cost to own one of these? Or even better yet, how much does it cost? How much do you have to make to own a new Porsche 911? Okay, so a basic run of the numbers. Your average person in the United States makes about $350 to $500 a month, or a week. $350 to $500 a week. So obviously you make $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month. And if you make $350, it's less, correct? So like a first gen Cayman right now sells for about 18 to 19 grand. That's kind of like the entry level on them for a Cayman S, even a regular Cayman. That's anywhere $400 to $500 a month, right? So that's essentially 1 week of pay for an individual. So you have to work 1 week of your job to afford that car, plus insurance. Depends on how old you are, insurance may not be a big deal, or it could be a big deal if you have some accidents or you crash into stuff all the time. I don't know. The same goes for like the 996 cars. They're all about 20 grand now. They went up quite a bit, maybe a little more. And the closer you get to 25, you're gonna get close to $700 a month to own those. So at that point in time, at $2,000 a month, you could own, up to, I would say up to comfortably at $27,000 is kind of getting to the top of what you want to have to deal with making that money. Now, a new car, the base Porsche 911 for 2021 starts at $99,000. Okay, if you get a good rate, that's roughly it's getting close to $1,600 a month. It's more like $1,559, I think. I ran the numbers on Bankrate earlier. If you're not sure what the payments would be, if you go to a site like bankrate.com, which we're not affiliated with, you could do mortgage and car loan scenarios on there. Just to put it in perspective, $1,600 a month is about a $400,000 house. So it costs about the same. Obviously, with the house, you're going to have electric bill, you're going to have utility stuff, and tax. You have tax with the car, too. So you have a choice in life, I guess. A brand new Porsche 911 or a $400,000 house. As you go into Turbo S models, they get to be closer to, I don't know what a new one is. They sell for $200 plus right now. So you're getting close to $4,000 a month for one of those. At $4,000 a month, you're looking close to $1 million house, $900,000 to $1 million. Depends on what your property tax and everything else figures in to be. So that's kind of the rundown of things. Now, on a used one, what do you have to do to be able to afford the maintenance? Luckily, on a lot of these cars, there's not a lot of maintenance. It's not like a Mercedes or even especially a BMW or an Audi, so the maintenance is a little more. The Porsche stuff usually doesn't need a lot of maintenance. If you're unfortunate enough to get a bore scoring issue or a cracked cylinder head, and you have to pay a shop to do that job. Bore scoring problem, if you can find a shop to do it. If you just have to pay somebody just to totally do every bit of it, you don't do anything, I don't know, you're probably looking 10 grand. So you got to be a little bit careful on it. Can you swallow a $10,000 bill? Most people cannot swallow that, and that would take a lot of people out. Then you're left, if you can't fix it, you're left with a car you can't fix, and then it's a problem. If you're somebody like me that has your own shop, could do all that stuff, we could fix bore scoring right now for about $1,000 is about the number I'm thinking of on that. If you do IMS bearing clutch while you're in there, you could probably get around $1,700 for all that. But then you're good for a long time. A cracked cylinder head's the same way. A cracked cylinder head, there's a few of them on eBay for a 996 for $300 to $400, but most of them's $1,800, and for a new one's thousands and thousands of dollars. If you take it to a shop, they're not going to put a used head on it. They're going to try to buy a brand new one, and so that would put a cracked head with them taking it out, the engine out, them doing all the work. You're probably 10 grand. So be warned of that. Now, a Boxster, you could buy a 986 Boxster. For an okay one, they're I don't know. They went up a lot. It's hard to judge that. I would say 6 to 15 grand, depending on the quality of it and this and that. Now, an IMS bearing failure, if you just don't know and you just run the car to just essentially stops moving, you're going to need an engine. A 986 boxer engine. I haven't looked at the market lately. It's about $4,000 for a used engine. Unfortunately, you just can't put the engine in it because you need to do IMS bearing and all the updates before you put the engine back in. You can't just buy one and put it in it. It's just not that way. If you have IMS bearing failure and you catch it in time, or you just want to do preventive maintenance, now my IMS bearing for 987, 996, 996, and 997, they're all about the same price. Right now, it's about $300 for the kit, the upgrade kit. If you have a shop, you can do it yourself. That's all it's going to cost you to put the IMS bearing in. You take the transmission out and you put her in there and you're good to go. If you got to pay a shop to do that, to install that, I don't know. I'm not up on shop rates. It's always double what you could possibly imagine it is. I would say for IMS bearing install to buy, if they bought the bearing and they marked it up and they charge you all the labor to put it in, they'll probably have you out for at least $2,000, I would say. And then if you need a clutch while you're in there for some manual and all this other crap, it could be quite a bit more to find something else wrong. That's the whole situation. So how rich do you have to be to run a used Cayman or a used Boxster or a 996? I would say if you made $2,000 a month, it'd be zero problems at all. If you were going to buy a brand new one like we were talking about, a plain model, let's say a Boxster, a 911, not turbo, not Turbo S, nothing crazy, and $1,700 a month, you probably have to make, you probably need to be making about $40,000 a year is my guesstimate on that. If you have house payments and stuff, you need to make more than $40,000 a year, obviously, or other cars. But that's the rundown. A lot of you guys ask me this a lot, like what's the maintenance cost on stuff. Anything else small, if you have basic skills, you could definitely fix it yourself, no problem. But if you have to pay a shop, any little thing's going to be excruciating, just like any other car we have here. If we had to pay a shop to do any little thing, everything would be $1,000. It would not be possible to own any of this stuff. It's only possible for us here because I can work on everything and have to pay no labor to anybody. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. We'll see y'all later.